sound beautiful. Are we on camera?
No, on camera.
He said I was beautiful.
I didn't mean it.
You know that's a lie.
We are recording. Is this one of our sponsors?
Everything's our sponsor. Everything today that you see is a sponsor.
Probably should move some of this into the shot.
Will they be able to see this?
Yeah, I think I see. I don't know why.
This is going to be fun. I hope. I'm having breakfast. Welcome. You do have the capacity to edit all this, don't you?
I do. We'll
Just don't take out all the good bits. This is one of those. Trust me. This is Kendon. I'm Steve. This is one of those. I don't know. You call them podcasts. I think this is one of those things where Kendon will edit all the good stuff
probably even
and make it boring. No, don't. No, you won't, will you?
No.
So I'm having breakfast. Doctors recommend blueberries for breakfast, or at any time, really. Very good for you, especially when you get to my age. So this is hopefully
Well, first of all,
see, I told you. You just...
No. This is old men yakking. This is what it is. We are old men yakking.
He's not an old man. I am an old man.
Maybe when you actually are watching this, I will be an old man. He'll be dead.
When all the censors finally agree that this can go onto live air, you'll be another 15 years old or something.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Once I finally figured out how to work it all and
then you'll be my age.
Upload it, yes, I will be an old man, and it'll be old man yakking. Blueberry's good.
So this is meant to be fun, but also serious. It's sort of like whatever. It's going to be spontaneous. We are going to talk about current issues and things that are happening in our world, and not only globally, but in our case, we live in North Queensland in Australia, and what used to be probably one of the best countries in the world is turning into what's that big slippery
spiral
down to into the what was Alice in Wonderland's, that black hole. It's going to poo. In other words, in Australia, I can say poo.
Yes,
and
I can even beep out.
Oh, you can beep.
Your colourful
it's
language.
It's going to shit. Is what's really going on.
Oh, sorry.
And I could always beep myself out.
You could.
It's going to beep. But seriously though, as we speak, what are we today? We're Monday the 23rd. 23rd, okay. It's Monday the 23rd of August, the infamous 2021, Agenda 21.
Is that what it is?
No, you've heard of... Have you not heard of Agenda 21?
No, I haven't.
Oh, the Clintons and all the elite and the Bilderberg group, whatever it's called. They had this big plan, 2021, about how they want the world. This is the elitists. How they want the world, and they've changed it now to 2030. And I'm not sure if they've actually. I think it's because 2021 didn't work as quickly as they would like, and so they've now expanded, and they're calling this thing called Agenda 2030.
So what you're saying is that they had a plan for 2021,
yes,
and that's why they've called it that.
Yes.
So maybe getting the vaccine is part of them.
This is all part of the plan. This is all part of their plan. Okay. I just don't think it moved along as quickly as they hoped. So, and I think the virus, or the flu virus, COVID. Oh,
the Chinese virus.
You have to cut that out. We can't. There's certain words.
Yeah, you can't.
Certain words we can't say. Vaccine.
See, I have to beep that
straight away. That's a beep word.
That's a beep.
That's a beep word. Truth is another beep word.
But we will be speaking a lot of
speaking
truth.
Facts. Well, there's another beep phrase. So I think it's important to let you know that we all have opinions. We all have opinions based on information that we gather, and that's just life. We all will do, and we're allowed to. That's how we learn. Okay, but it's having that openness to take in different sources of information, so that we're not just, there's so many people that I know are stuck in the rut of like mainstream media,
Yeah.
or even just on social media, and that's it.
That's it.
And
If they're getting all their
both are
information
not
from
good.
social media, then that you're going down a path of destruction for yourself, because the fact checkers on there aren't.
I got fact checked just the other day.
Did you really?
Mm.
What did you say?
I put up a YouTube clip of a immunologist. Can't think of his name.
Probably.
And he had.
Probably respected. Knows what he's talking about.
Well, he's an immunologist. Look. If I was to check every single person that I watch on YouTube, if I was to go to the process of checking if they say who they are, that they are, and all this, I mean, goodness me, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I'd still be back at home going. So some things you just take for granted, and you do assume. And but the actual test that he did, he put 5 masks. He's basically saying that the surgical masks don't work for a virus. That the particles of a virus are so small that they will pass through a mask. And it's even stated on the surgical box. If you read it, it says that it's no good for surgical masks. Are for surgeons who are so that skin, hair, things like that don't fall into a wound. It will not stop. Yeah, it will. Yeah, big particles.
Yeah.
It will not stop an actual virus. Now, this particular guy put 5 masks on to prove a point. He put 5 masks on, 5. Okay, and then he got his glasses, and he put his glasses up against his mask. He went like that, put his glasses on, and he went and he breathed, probably about that hard, and it all frosted up in his glasses. And this was his point, was that
They're
the
still
stuff's
getting
just
through.
yes, that's right.
And
So anyway.
I did hear, just on that, I did hear that to be properly safe, you have to have the big masks that have the filters in the eyes and the
To be properly safe.
To be properly safe.
From what?
Well, from germs.
Ooh.
But they actually, I heard somewhere, now I haven't got anything to back this up, but I did hear that some schools in America were considering actually making it mandatory for their kids to wear these type of masks.
Well, I can't believe you, because you've got nothing to support that and back it up.
It's true.
You did state that.
I did.
Okay. So
That's my hearsay. Just so you know.
you're going to get a lot of... Well, hopefully you're not going to get a lot of hearsay. Hopefully you're not going to get a lot of us just speaking what we think. Hopefully we're going to be able to come with some factual background in the subject that we're talking about.
A lot of this is our opinions, though.
But based on what?
Well, based on what we have learned through our lives,
And,
on what we
currently.
read, and currently, and what we
That's right.
read. So, I mean...
So we're not just waffling off the top of
That's
our
right.
head.
And if you want to fact check us, go right ahead.
Have fun with that. Like I said, I got that.
Fact
That
check.
was that thing and they took it off. And honestly, and they don't give you any. They don't give you any option to talk to them about it and tell them how you really think about them.
Because they're owned by...
Oh, that's just an okay signal. All right. Please don't write in and go, that's 666 and it's the Antichrist and the one eye thing or whatever.
What?
Oh, I know, mate. I know. But there's a thing at the moment with.
Do you really think that this is going to go that far?
I don't know. I just went like that and went, oh no. Someone's going to go, oh no, he's satanic. He's doing the 666 thing. I mean, when you think about it, it sort of does look like 666.
Well, now it is 666.
Hello. So please, it's definitely. So look, I don't really. There's some hot topics that are happening at the moment, but I don't know if we really want to dive into that straight away. I mean, I just want to let you know who I am, and then Kendon can go first. It doesn't worry me. I'm a very
who are you,
obliging,
Steve?
friendly. I am nobody.
Where have you come from?
Yep.
Because
I come from nowhere.
You've told
That's
me
not true.
over time that you were a kid who was a bit wild when you were a teenager before you found Christ. Is that true?
I said I wasn't going to look at the camera, but I'm really personalising it. I'm really personalising you. I really want to look at you.
And you should go.
Do you believe everything I tell you?
I do. I actually do. I do believe everything that you tell me, Steve, because I love you, mate.
You said you weren't going to do that. You have to cut that bit out.
Okay, cut. That'll be cut.
Beep, beep, beep. No love, no love.
When it goes into air, you'll hear this. I beep you, and everyone can use their imagination. What I actually said.
don't use your imagination. Anyway, so all right. Well, I'm actually old man Yak. So my name is Steve, and I was actually born and raised in this suburb, Walgaroo, in a little town. Very, very boring name, but it's just rolls off my tongue because I've just lived here all my life. It's Townsville. So it could have been lots of different names, but I think it was actually named after a person whose name was Towns.
Robert Towns.
Yeah, Robert Towns. So my fact checker, Mr. Martin here, will make sure that I'm. So yeah, Robert Towns. Apparently he's a slave trader. Is there some truth to that? See, this is just all hearsay stuff that I've heard.
He owned boats that did bring some Kanakas over.
The Kanakas for the cane fields.
For the cane fields.
Right, yeah. That wasn't very good.
It wasn't. But
no.
Let's not touch that part. That's too big a subject.
Oh. Okay.
Another day. We'll talk about Robert Towns another day.
Let's keep it just introductory. So I'm 60 years old. I'm father of 4. I've got 12 grandchildren.
12.
Yeah.
They're good though, aren't
very fertile children.
they?
Yeah. 12 grandkids. Anyway, I mean, who has 12 grandkids? If you have more than 12 grandkids, I want to know about it. Because it's I have never come across anybody yet.
I met a guy who's been coming to our church for the last few weeks, and I said to him, "Oh, mate," on one Sunday, I said, "How many kids do you have?" "Oh, 16. I went, "What?" I said, No. How many are your actual kids?" "Yeah, 15 of them. We adopted one."
Is he on his like 5th marriage or something?
No,
same woman.
Yeah, and he had a baby with him. He goes, "Yeah, that's my granddaughter."
So his wife,
at 15,
I'm assuming wife, has
at 15. Yeah, he's from the islands above New Zealand. He grew up in New Zealand, but he was born in
Polynesian.
Yeah, one of those Polynesian islands. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not real good with my geography.
Yeah.
I know.
But anyway,
yeah.
Whether that's part of his culture,
but
I
hey,
thought, good on him, mate. 15.
Really? Why would you think good on him? Good on you, poor person.
Sorry, let's go back to you. You've got 12 grandchildren.
Yeah. Anyway, gee, you digress.
I know. This is going to be a lot of this.
I never digress. So I've had. I don't even know. I'm a social worker. Okay, so I went to uni here at James Cook University in Townsville. I graduated in my last year was 97, but I didn't graduate till 98. April 98. I did have a subject that I hadn't completed, so I didn't put on the baby poo outfit. That awful brown outfit with the hat. I didn't get to do that, which was a bit of a disappointment. But I still got my degree, which is why I went to uni. So I'm a social worker. I call myself the social worker that not a lot of social workers get on with. You know, I'm not the true sort of like do-gooder type social worker. I'm definitely, it's hard to explain how I am because I sometimes clash with other social workers on certain things.
Especially probably related to the people that you're working with more.
Oh, maybe a little bit, but just the thing about consequences for actions.
Yes.
There's, I'm one of those. There's consequences.
Yeah.
It's not poor little Johnny. No, you made a decision.
Yeah, you reap what you sow.
Just because this might have happened and this might have happened. Yeah, and those are factors that we need to take into consideration. But we all know what's right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. That sort of thing. So yeah. So look, I don't really know much. I play guitar. I've been in lots of bands. I still currently play around town. I'm a solo musician, which is where I get Old Man Yak from. Yak is my nickname from back when I was about 21 years old. And now that I'm getting I'm getting Honda. Okay.
You're getting Honda?
Honda.
Not the Motor Guzzi?
I love motorbikes. I ride a Motor Guzzi, 1995. The one I've got at the moment is a 95 California 1100cc. I've also got a 93 1000 California. So they're my two current bikes, and my first ever Guzzi was a 94 1100cc California.
Do you like the Californias?
They're just, the Californias are a nice classic cruiser looking style. They're like a slash cruiser tourer, where a lot of the other motor Guzzis are very like the Le Mans or Le Mans, however you say that, where they're more sports,
yes.
Not sports, they're sports type.
They do have a nice sound. I'll give you that.
Oh, it's lovely. I love the twin. It is very nice.
It's not. To me, it's actually it's got a nicer frequency than Harley Davidson.
Well, I've got a Harley as well. I've got a 94 Sportster 1200cc. I call it the rocket on a stick. So I like riding bikes. I play guitar. I'm solo act as Old Man Yak. I have a duo called Maximum Overdrive, and I'm in a band called The New Black. And so next week or next blog, I might wear my new black shirt, just to prove that I've at least got the shirt. We might even get a guitar out and have a jam one day as well.
We might,
you know.
And if you bring two shirts, I'll wear a new black shirt.
Oh, that's one way to get a new black shirt. Yeah.
Hey, it's advertisement, and we're just going to pause right now.
$20 each.
We're just going to pause right now because this is a great time for a word from our sponsors.
Okay.
And we're back.
Right. So we've got to get paid somehow. I'm curious to see what you're going to add in that gap.
Well,
when we do
I've got Fender, Harley Benton, Vox in the background. Any of you listening?
Martini Music.
Martini Music.
Guzzi. Blueberries.
Top Gear.
I wonder if they can. I wonder if the company can sue us for doing this if they don't like what we're doing. So maybe we won't. Maybe I won't show that this is Oz Group. Okay. I better
or
not
they
show
just
you that.
decide not to support us.
Who would not want to support us? Come on. This is our very first blog, by the way. This was Kendon's idea. I'm just going to quickly finish on my I've got lots to talk about in regards to music. I was in a band called Metanoia, and back in the late 80s through to 2000, we recorded three straight albums that were ours. We were on multiple compilation albums, and back in '94, I think we won the best unsigned metal band in Australia by one of the metal magazines that were around at that time. We did a demo called Screaming Fetus, and so yeah, going to be. Hopefully I'll get the opportunity as time goes by to talk about that, because it's
and we'll play some.
It's an amazing story, honestly. I sit back and I just go, how this even happened. So yes, over to Kendon.
Yes, well, I'm Kendon Martin. I'm 47, so I am old. You think about when you were 20 and you saw someone who
I'm
was
60. 47's young.
Yeah, but you know what? To 20-year-olds watching this, they're like, "Yeah, you're old."
Yeah, well, depending on
you're really old.
All right, you're old. Okay.
This is Martini Music Studios that we're in right now. I'm a guitarist also. Fun fact: Steve did try out for one of my bands and got rejected.
Welcome to my life.
Sorry. And you know why he got rejected? I may not have ever said this to him to his face. Too old. We were looking for...
And they were looking for a vocalist.
A vocalist, that's
yes,
true. We were looking for a vocalist.
The guy you got was good.
Yeah.
But hey, you wanted a young
We wanted
person.
someone younger. Steve is definitely one of the best frontmen that I have seen.
Thanks, mate.
Unsigned. An unsigned frontman, you can't get better than you, mate. I've seen you. You can work a crowd, and that's not an easy feat. Not everyone can do that. I mean, look at this crowd that you're working today. Like, you don't even see them, but
you're beautiful.
Best
bunch of people I've never seen.
So yes, I've been in a couple of bands too throughout my life. We've recorded a couple of albums, and I suppose the last 20 years, my wife and I pioneered a church over here on the south side of Townsville for a few years. After that came to its natural end, we moved back to our original church, and we're still back there. So we're very involved in the church. Mary Ann, my wife, she's a pastor. I still play music in the church band. That's pretty much my primary music outlet at the moment. Besides what I do in the studio, so I do small projects for different people. I'll probably end up doing one for Steve at least sometime.
Well, you'd like to.
I'd like to. I would.
I know you'd like to.
I've got a couple of metal guitars. There's a few guitars around. I've got a cupboard full of them in here as well. So
It's always metal. Oh, Steve, metal.
metal.
I play rock and roll every weekend.
I know. But Steve's my metal guy. He's always been my metal guy. I saw Matt Noy for the first time at a Youth Alive in 1995, and it was a gig over at the McCure Inn in that hall, function area. I think it was 1995, and Matt Noy was the guest band for a Youth Alive, which was pretty daring because, I mean, you guys were like death metal.
No,
I'm not sure you got
we
us
weren't
back.
like death metal. We were.
Yeah. And when I heard it, because I'd actually been, I'd delved into Christian death metal, like Believer. Remember the Believer? And I went, actually, these guys are really good. Can't understand what they're saying, but when you read the lyrics, really good lyrics. But yeah, you guys were amazing, and I just fell in love with Steve then, because you can't tell now, but he had really long hair, and he was so shapely and muscular with his guitar.
I was.
Well
He
hung.
was shapely.
Your guitar was well hung.
Oh,
He plays it a little bit higher these days, but back in the day,
that's to do with my back.
he used to play it quite low.
Once upon a time, I could reach the guitar down here. Now I can't even bend over. You're funny. It's supposed to be about you.
Yeah, it's about. I have one daughter. That's it. She's 17, so there's no grandkids yet. I did say to her I'd like 5 grandkids. She said to me, "You'll get 5 fur babies. That's what you'll get. I'm having no kids."
Oh.
That's what she reckons. I got one of the young ladies at church. She's 25. She said, "I said that too when I was her age, and I want kids." And I went, "Thank you. You've given me hope."
That's pretty normal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It's good because, I mean, I've always wanted a troop of kids. Like I wanted 5 kids. It just didn't happen that way for myself and Mary Ann. So.
But look at the amount of guitars you got though.
Well, these are my children. I have said that.
On the wall everywhere.
Yeah,
Couple
I think
there, 3 there.
in the cupboard, I think I'm up to 20 guitars.
You've definitely only had one child.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to afford them otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, I've been good. I've been very thrifty with my guitars. I've built a couple and I did buy a couple when I was childless, because we took us 9 years to get the one child. So I got a couple, like my beautiful Japanese Fender with the original.
Now, if you're not musical, this might be a little bit boring, but it's not
the
to us.
No, the Japanese Fender is the only one
nice.
that came out with its own built floating trem,
tremolo.
made by Shayla at the time. This is a 1984 model. The US ones never came out with this, and I've got to tell you that out of all the floating trems that I have, like I've played with a lot, different ones, the Shayla ones plus the Floyd Roses, this honestly is the best tremolo that I've had, and I do not know why they did not put this in the production more.
Is it floating?
Yeah, it's floating.
Okay, so up and down.
Up and down. It's
Yep.
fantastic. It really
Stays
is.
in tune, obviously.
Yeah, and it's so good looking too. Like,
Yeah, it is nice.
how nice looking and so
that's
tidy.
That's an 80s.
Yeah, Japanese. Only
Oh, the
Japanese
Japs,
models.
man, tell you. They know how to make
Yeah.
instruments.
Made by Shayla, but
Yeah.
with the obviously you can see it's made by Shayla full Fender. Whoa, it's got Fender.
I
written on
can't
it.
see that. I haven't got my glasses.
So this is my Japanese strap.
Very nice.
It's a little customised to put a bit of bling on it for me.
For those uneducated in regards to musical instruments, good.
Good. 1984, I think. So she's...
Yeah, that was a really good era too, for Japanese instruments. They really created some amazing...
They did. They come into their own. I think before that, the stigma was that you had to have an American made.
Yeah.
And then come the 80s, everyone was like, oh no, it's Japanese this, it's Japanese that. And they definitely...
The quality, Yamaha, just you could name a whole pile of different brands.
They seem to overtake the quality-wise and just the
workmanship.
Yeah.
Everything was always just better, like the frets were always just so neat and stuff where, but...
Still got the original frets on it.
Yeah.
It's 37 years old.
Yeah. Says a lot. Cool.
Yeah. So this podcast, YouTube, whatever whatever medium it goes out on, is just going to be us talking about stuff. Sometimes it's going to be stupid. Sometimes it'll be serious. Sometimes it'll be irrelevant to anyone, and you may...
Hopefully not, but...
Yeah, we'll try and make it as relevant as we can. We'll try and have some humour in it, even when it gets a little serious.
I wondered why he asked me to come along. He needed something for people to laugh at.
Well, the other reason why I've always wanted to do something with Steve is that he was a DJ on... actually, where Steve and I got to know each other a little better is that we both were DJs on a community radio station called 4TTT.
Oh, Triple T, yeah.
And I was doing Revelation Rock, or was that you?
No, it was you.
I was doing Revelation Rock and you were doing the show afterwards.
Metal Militia.
Metal Militia, that's right.
Mm.
And
I do remember stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That was a long time ago.
And it was like we were back to back, I think, back in those days, weren't we?
I don't recall, but probably
something like that.
I don't know.
Remember they had the studio in an old bank, and the studio itself was actually in the safe. And you had that great big safe door that you'd have to pull open and close.
But it was great for soundproof.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Great for soundproofing.
Soundproofing. Yep. But if you wanted to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, you had to put on a long song and go all the way over to the other side of the
long stroll. Yeah. Dance North was in there as well. They used to have that
They still are.
There you go.
They still are.
That building is still there,
and it's still being used by Triple T.
Great.
I'm sure the studio's still being used the same.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Upstairs there was something about the Little Theatre or something.
Oh.
Little Theatre used to be upstairs. There's an upstairs section. They actually have put on theatre.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they call it Little Theatre because it was small, but it was just really nice. Yeah.
Anyway, by the end of my DJ career, because that was basically the end of it, I think you had been promoted to like some type of coordinator for
Triple T.
For Triple T.
I was the rock coordinator.
The rock coordinator.
Which encapsulated the blues, the metal, the rock,
That's right.
sort of those genres all in under the one umbrella.
And at the time, I'd got a new job that I was starting, because both of our shows were late at night. I think mine show started at 10:30 and yours probably started at 12:30 or something.
Yeah, 11, something like that, 11:30.
And I got a new job, and it was a 6 o'clock job. And I remember you ringing me, hey, you going to be able to do this? I'm like, mate, I don't think I can do it. And you know what? It's so stupid because I was so young. I was actually still a teenager, I think, back then. I could have easily have done that, but I was like, it's too much commitment, I can't. And I didn't have a license, or I didn't have a car, one of the two. So getting there was riding my bike back and forth from Aikenvale all the way into town to do the show. Anyway, I bailed on him. But he didn't hold it against me, obviously, so that's good. He didn't remember that.
I don't even remember.
I've always felt a little bit bad, so just...
It's all right. It's okay, brother.
Just bringing up confessions.
I forgive you.
You've got... Oh, thank you.
All right. Is there anything else that you need to declare? No, we do go back a fair way. I've pretty much, when you look in my memory, you've always sort of been there.
It's since the early 90s.
Yeah.
Because I moved back to Townsville in 92, And it must have been around those early years. That's where the Triple T years were, I think, actually. Because I started doing... Because I didn't have a job either at the time. And because I'd actually trained as a chef. And I moved back to Townsville after my apprenticeship. A bit disillusioned with the whole thing. And I'd recommitted my life to Christ at that time. And I realised that the chefing lifestyle wasn't very conducive to a young Christian who actually wanted to go on and do something for God.
So cooking is not...
No, it's the lifestyle that it brings with it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you finish work at 11:30.
Yeah. Split shifts too.
I did.
That's
the split
awful.
shift.
Whoever came up with that.
I did do the split shifts.
Oh,
but,
man.
You know, things like when you're finishing at 11:30 at night, the only thing that's open for you to go out and unwind is clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And I was like,
No one forces you to drink.
no, they don't. They don't serve anything else, but
Yeah. Want to have a cup of tea? There you go. There's a bourbon.
Long Island one, mate.
Yeah. Oh, I want a coffee. There's an Irish one.
Yeah. So I had.
Oh dear.
So that by the time, so we've definitely known each other for that long.
After Triple T, for me, I'm not sure what your timeline and picture is, and I know we're still talking about you, but
that's all right. We're talking about us, really.
Live FM came along.
That's true.
Rima Radio.
Yeah, Rima.
Just Rima. With
Reba FM, or just Rima?
Oh, I can't really remember. Radio Rima.
Radio Rima. Yeah.
I think it was Radio Rima. Yeah, a Christian radio station that was put together by a long-term friend, Ivan Green.
And the Green family.
That's an awesome story all on itself. We might talk about that one day.
Next time Ivan's up, we might actually get him.
Get him as a guest.
Yeah. We'll talk about some.
Or even if he doesn't come up, see if we can do something to.
We could zoom him in.
Do something, yeah, because he's such a wealth of knowledge in regards to the music world. I mean, I don't really know where he's at with even wanting to do stuff like that anymore. We can only ask.
Hey, we're his friends. He'll do it for us.
If you're listening, Ivan.
I'm sure Ivan may ever actually go, oh, Steve's doing something on YouTube. What's this?
He'll go, oh, look, there's Steve. Okay,
turn it off.
You'll go over and do something else. They're down south now.
Yes, so you were going, yes.
So Live FM came along. It was actually Radio Rima starting eventually over time. The name got changed. And so for many, many years, I was also a DJ.
And very good.
With Live FM.
Yeah. And that's where I was actually getting to, is that I used to actually love your show on Live FM whenever you did it. You just had such a great personality and a good voice for radio. Not a face. Great face for radio.
Yeah,
and now
you got a head for radio.
Yeah, and now I've put your face on TV.
Oh well, you get that, and it's an old craggy face as well.
You definitely have got better looking over the years.
Oh, thanks, mate. Jeez, he's so full of compliments, this guy, isn't he? He wants me to come back for the next one.
Do you remember that I used to ring you up and stuff when you did I think it was the Saturday morning show?
Yeah, I used to do Saturday morning for. That's where I ended up
and then you finished.
Yeah. Oh, mate, yeah. There's
No,
lots of people. I don't remember specifically.
You've honestly had a lot of friends in this town for a long time. You're a very likeable person.
A lot of people that I know.
Okay.
I've been losing a few friends lately.
Is it because of your opinions and stance on life?
It is because of my view and my outspoken, opinionated ideas and stuff that I've been putting on social media. And I'm discovering that even though a lot of these people, we're still friendly, but there's friends, and if you're going to categorize a friend, then it's more than just somebody that you just passingly know. That might be a friendly person that you know, but a friend is someone like you.
Yeah.
I can't offend this guy. I don't believe it. I'm going to achieve it one day. Not that I deliberately go out to do it, but
no, he won't.
Yeah, he keeps telling me, no, you won't. to me, that's a friend. You know, someone that I can be myself around, and I can probably say some pretty inappropriate things at times.
Well, I accept you for who you are and your opinions. We actually can disagree on stuff and still be friends. And that's what I think we're
No,
getting
it's
to.
not true.
It is true.
No.
It is.
He always agrees with me. But I have just recently, I've discovered that there are some friends, Facebook friends, even locally in Townsville, that don't get my stuff anymore. They block me and stuff. And look, if you're on Facebook and you come across, you got that special friend, you know, that's always, you know, getting under your skin a little bit with what they say. You can always just scroll past, scroll by.
You can.
I get myself really angry. I'm part Scottish. Not blaming that on my anger.
So you get a wee bit angry.
When I get angry,
A wee bit.
yeah, when I get a wee bit angry, it comes out. That wasn't really Scottish, was it? Anyway,
Close enough.
and I would walk 500 miles,
I noticed that was on your list of songs.
and I would walk just to be the man. It is on my song list.
Yeah.
That song, people love it.
When I heave up.
Yeah, when I haver. I didn't even know what that meant until someone told me. Because
Yeah.
all I see is this word in the list, when I haver, Haver. And I'm going, oh, that's an interesting word. So, yeah, that means having a spew.
Yeah, it's a proper Scottish
Oh,
thing.
I said, okay. When I haver,
When
I'll
I haver.
hold your hair.
That's right.
It's a bit of an in-joke of something just recently. But, yeah. So, we have a lot of history in radio, in music, in bands, recording, and we still like to do that stuff. It's been
We
it's,
do.
It's,
Oh,
when
it's
it's
my
in your
passion.
blood. When it's in your blood, it's just so good, so fun. After 21 years, Metanoia, which was the band that was formed, I don't really like saying the band that I formed, but in actual fact, it was God formed it, but I was the human.
The vessel?
I was the human that he used. I have to share something.
No, share it.
Just from back then. It's just the funniest thing. I got this very strong impression. I don't know how else to put it, besides saying that God spoke to me. Some people don't understand that. So let's just say I got this really strong impression that I was being told to form a extreme heavy metal band.
Had you been into heavy metal before that?
No.
So you were actually a rock kid before.
I was in those days as a young Christian in my early 20s, I was into like Petra, Res Band,
Okay, so yeah, just
Degamo
rock.
and Key,
Yeah.
Steve Taylor,
So popular rock, really.
all the typical contemporary type rock stuff, even Amy Grant. And I know.
No, that's
There's
good.
nothing wrong with Amy, but just saying that was the sort of like,
Yeah.
not that she
It's
was
definitely just that pop
Phil
rock.
Keaggy.
Phil Keaggy, yeah.
You know, just the pretty standard contemporary rock stuff. I was not really.
And we should preference that Christian rock stuff. All of those names that you just said were Christian rock.
They're all Christian bands.
Christian bands.
But
yeah.
before I was a Christian, I was right into things. I was into a little bit slightly heavier music, like a bit of Sweet.
Oh.
So Sweet was a bit cutting. Well, let's just say Kiss, Sweet, Judas Priest. They were cutting edge back then.
Okay.
Back then.
They weren't anywhere close to being metal or death metal, but they were definitely hard rock.
Definitely hard rock.
Definitely hard
But the
rock.
thing is, that's what we look at them now. But back then, that was
Yeah.
cutting edge. That was cutting edge extreme. I don't even know if metal was a word back then.
It wasn't.
It was more hard rock sort of stuff. So
And Led Zeppelin started that, I think, with that.
or Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath seems to get the blame for it.
Was Black Sabbath before Led Zeppelin?
early 70s. They were all around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, but all those bands were cutting edge and all that. I believe that the guy from Led Zepp had a lot to. Oh no, it was Black Sabbath. What's his name? This is where my age shows.
The guitarist or
the guitarist.
Does
the guy
his
with
last name start with Z?
No, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Anyway, the guitarist. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
What we need is
Yeah, we need a little bit of a thing so we can check.
my phone is actually recording this, so I can't pop it out and Google it.
We can edit our senility.
Right here is the name of the guy that we're talking about. Right.
We'll just put it in the.
We'll just put it up there. That's him.
And he looks like this.
Yeah, and that's his picture.
It'll come to me on halfway home on the.
Yeah.
But apparently they were just experimenting, tuning things up, and lo and behold, as you know, a distorted type sound
Yep.
came out of that, and then they went, "Ooh," and so that's sort of like how it all rolled. So apparently, yeah. But
That's right. Just continue.
I digress. Sorry, very unusual. I felt this very strong thing from God saying, "I want you to start." He didn't say a death metal band. It was more like an extreme metal band to reach kids. The purpose of this band was to reach kids.
I like that extreme metal band. I love that.
Yeah.
It's much better. Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely better than death metal. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the title death metal, but and I'm certainly not a big fan of the title life metal either. That's just gammon.
Extreme metal sounds actually
extreme
perfect.
metal. We'll just leave it there. So
Because you're trying to reach the extreme.
yeah,
kids.
extreme. Well, yes, exactly. So kids that would not go to church, kids that probably wouldn't, put a church out if it was on fire.
Yeah,
So-
like you were when you were a kid.
I didn't have a problem with churches.
Didn't you? Okay.
No. My mum. I know I'm digressing again,
That's
but
all right.
let me finish this story. I actually, my response to that
Call.
feeling I got, that calling. I just don't want to Christianese
right.
it too much. Was that I actually said to God, I just went, "Wow, what is an extreme metal band?"
Yeah.
So yeah, I was being asked to do something that I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know what that was. At the time, I played acoustic guitar, and I played it for only a few years. So I was just starting to get to probably a reasonable stage of open chords and stuff like that. So when it came to actually playing an electric guitar, which I went on to become the guitarist of Metanoia, full-on
Yep.
staff, I had no idea. No idea. It's a very interesting story. I'd love to share it with you one day.